and welcome to my channel. So today we're doing part 3 of all my sort of art supplies that I use in my colouring books. If you've not seen part 1, that's all of the pens and markers and, you know, Crayola super tips, all sorts of things in there. If you've not seen part 2, those are covering all of my pencils, including watercolour pencils. So if you want to check that out, that's up there as well. And this is part 3. So we have regular watercolours, we have poster paints, we have acrylic paints, basically everything that I use for embellishing my pages. Yeah, so let me just get this tidied up and we'll get started. Right then, let's start with the easy stuff. Some of these you will have seen before, but we've got my washi tape collection, which is very, very modest. We have these 6 here that are sitting on my tape dispenser. I got that from AliExpress. And in fact, I got most of these washi tapes from AliExpress. Oops, you've come unstuck. Get back on there. Yeah, because if you're interested in washi tape, AliExpress is a great place to look. It's super cheap. I will leave links, if I can still find them, to all the items that I, you know, not just the washi tapes, but everything, in the description below. But these are my washi tapes. Let's make my finger of some use. So we have some, I was obviously in a very flowery mood there, because I've got their flowers. Any more flowers? Well, they're flowers. I don't know if you can see that one. That's like a gold one. So that's like a gold foil one. I've not used that one yet. I need to use my washi more. I use it for little things here and there, so it's not completely abandoned. But yeah, I need to use it more, which is one of my goals for the year. To use all my, you know, use more embellishments on my pages. This is a feather one, which is a really sort of nice natural one. I won't go into all the details of what all the patterns are. This one, I will go into this one because this is my favourite, even though I've still not used it yet. It's my steampunk one. I got this off of Amazon. I love this one. But as I explained before, I can't remember, probably when I was talking about using more embellishments, this one, I like this one so much that I've yet to find a page that I think it would suit. I need to do a steampunk page. Get me a nice steampunk page. I got these. These just came from, what's it called? Poundland in the UK. I think they call them border embellishments, but it's the same sort of deal. I got this one as well off of Amazon. I think this was called Chalkboard. Again, really like these. So yeah, it's not much. I do intend to grow my washi tape collection. I'll put them on the side there and then maybe you can see the patterns. But for now, that's all I've got. And I need to use them more in my books as well, because, you know, I can't justify buying more if I don't use these ones. I do use these ones. Trouble is, I mostly perhaps I should just get myself another dispenser, because I do use these ones quite a lot because they're easily dispensed, whereas these are sort of like, and you have to pick, and yeah. So that is my washi tapes. Get those out of the way with. And sticking with things that you've seen before probably, and nice and easy. So these, I don't actually have any stickles or anything like that. I do have these. These are called a brand called Dovecraft. Again, if you're in the UK, you can buy these in Poundland for £1, surprisingly. And some of these are Pearl Effects, and some of these are, which are sort of a sheen, and the others are glitter glues. I don't have stickles. I don't know how that compare. These are quite blingy, but yeah. So I don't use these very much, mostly because, especially the Pearl Effects, if you put these on your page, I don't know why I've got them up there. Let's put them there. Especially the Pearl Effects, they do, because they're 3D. It's even in the name. So if you're doing them in a book, and you put them on the page, you have to be really, really careful because they leave an indentation. It's fine in single-sided books because obviously you could put in like a sheet of paper, well, a wedge of paper in front of or behind your page, but you can't really do it, well, you can do it in double-sided books, but if you do it here and you turn the page on your double-sided book, you're going to get bumps and indentations on your page. So I don't use them that much. mostly because of that reason. I can't be, you know, can't be doing with that. Can't be doing with bumps. But these are my Dove Crafts. Again, only a few. One day I will get stickles and compare them, do a side for side to see how good they compare. But that is that. Next we'll start with another one that you've seen before, and this is the Mod Podge Starter Pack, which I should really find a place to store this, a tub or something, instead of keeping it in the pack. Mostly for my books, I only actually use this one, which is the Sparkle Mod Podge. I need to stop calling it, I keep calling it Mod Podge. It's not, it's Mod Podge. But yes, the Sparkle is the one I use most. Occasionally I use the gloss, but not very much. There's a matte in there, there's an outdoor one, which was the reason I actually bought it, because I wanted to coat something that was going outside. I've not done it. And there's a paper Mod Podge, because I kept threatening to do some decoupage. Not done that either. One day. But if I ever wanted to stick things inside my colouring book, which I should be doing, you know, get a bit creative, then I can use the paper Mod Podge. But yeah, I'll just get that out of the way with now. If you've not seen this, it does have glitter in it, and you can't really see. It just looks like white here. You might be able to see it in the cap. I don't know. There is lots of glitter and sparkle in it. And this, while it's white now, when it dries clear. So you put it as a top coat for things. And I keep threatening to get the extreme glitter version, because this is just the sparkle. One day. It's on my wish list, along with a million other things on Amazon. Right, so let's start getting into the more sort of artsy and craftsy things. I think you've seen these before. I've mentioned before, I'm a big fan of these. So these are the Mungyo chalk pastels, and one of the reasons I like them is they are so budget friendly. I think they're about £10 for the entire set. So, and these are by far my sort of go-to when I have a background that I don't really know what to do with, and I just want something subtle to perk things up. I'll use my chalk pastels. And the reason I like that, there is 64 colours in this set. It doesn't look like I've used them much. I've used these a ton, and that just shows how, you know, how, what's the word I'm looking for? Economical, I suppose. I mean, I said they only cost £10, but you hardly use any chalk to get the effect you want. So I've used these loads of times, and you can hardly tell. I use them in one of two ways. You might be able to see from the ridges there on this one, clearly I've used a scalpel for that. So you can get a knife and scratch it off onto the page, and then I use a sort of a cosmetic cotton ball, not cotton ball, one of those pads, the cotton ball pads, the flat ones, you know what I mean. I use those to rub it in the page. Alternatively, I will just use a cotton bud or Q-tip, if you're in the States, Q-tip, and I'll use the Q-tip direct onto there, and then put it onto the page. The Q-tip, the cotton bud method, is slower, because obviously you've only got that little bit of cotton wool, and you have to be a lot more patient, otherwise you might get streaks. But it's cleaner. If you're someone who doesn't like getting their fingers dirty, then the cotton bud method is the way to go. But yeah, if you're looking for pastel backgrounds, and especially if you're new, because I know backgrounds do intimidate people a lot, it's hard to go wrong with a chalk pastel. And even if you do go wrong, you can rub them out. They erase out. It's just like a pencil. Well, it's better than a pencil, because they're so light that you can erase a chalk pastel background out completely and not even know it was there. So very good. Very forgiving, very cheap. I love these. I use these a lot. Right, so on to some more interesting stuff that you haven't seen very often, which I'm ashamed to say is because I haven't really used them. So these are the Jacquard poster paints. We have 7 colours in each. One is glitter, one is metallic. I do have a video swatching this. It's one of the earliest videos I did on my channel, so it's probably really newbie. Not that I'm like pro now, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so I did do this as a swatching video. If you're curious, they are super sparkly, and the metallics are really nice. Actually, I should use them. Definitely use them more. Out of curiosity, in case you was wondering, at the same time I bought some of the Dovecraft glitter glues, so that's how they swatch out. I don't know if you can see how sparkly they are. They are super sparkly. But yeah, these are They're glitter paints with pigment, but they're not solid. So ideally, I think if you're going to use these glitter paints, if you've got a pink background, then these are ideal for putting pink over the top, because it does have pink, but they're not opaque. But I'll just show you quickly what they are. I really do need to use these because they're really nice. But you know what it's like. I'm not the best at using my embellishments. I'm not very imaginative, which is why I like Colouring Kay's channel. She's like the main inspiration for me wanting to use more embellishments, because I am terrible. You know, previously my idea of an embellishment is like a gel pen or a pastel, a chalk pastel, and I really need to get out of that mindset and be a bit more adventurous. But yeah, these come in little pots. Dare I open one? Let's open one. What can go wrong? It can just go everywhere. But yeah, so they're almost like a sort of jelly. I don't know what the difference is between poster paints and acrylic. But yeah, so, and I didn't even get it all over me, that's a bonus. So yes, these are my glitter poster paints and my metallic poster paints, which I need to put them, I think I just need to put them somewhere a bit more prominent as well, so that I remember. Because I do have other acrylic paints, and so the rare times I do go to use paints or glitters, I tend to reach for those rather than experimenting, and I should. So that's those. So these are watercolour paints, and these are metallic ones. Now this is, you might have seen this, if you've ever looked on Amazon for budget friendly metallic paints, you will almost certainly have seen these. So what they are is you get this big set. What is there? 24. Okay, so there's 21 paints in there. When you get them, I think they only cost about £8 or £9. So from a variety of paints, they're really good. You might look at them when you get them, if you can see. Well, let me show you. I mean, that's just how big the palette is completely, and that includes the lid. These are not, I mean, you couldn't even call them half pans. They're just like shallow little, they're not much deeper. These plastic things are not much deeper than a coin, and they do not fill the coin. They're just a really small smidgen of paint in each one. But the flip side of that is they are watercolours, and if you've ever worked with watercolours, you know, a little goes a long way. So it's not actually that bad. You're buying this for if you know, you're doing a starter set and you just want to experiment without, you know, paying up for something like, what are they called? Like, oh, can't think of the name. Like, oh, Clearos and things like that. They are okay. I'm not sure if I'd go far as recommending them for somebody who has lots of paints already. But if you're looking for something to just dabble in, you want to experiment, you want to find out if you can get on with this, I wouldn't really use them to colour in something. You know, the Clearo paints are super pigmented, they're super opaque if you put them on thickly. These won't do that. But if you want to use things like you've coloured in a sun, so you could put a wash over the top and it will give you a nice little sheen. If you've got water, you can put some nice blues. You know, you got the white, so you can put it over clouds. It's good for that. It's good for putting over a colour, especially if you've worked in alcohol markers or something like that. Then it's great for doing washes, and you get yourself a lovely metallic sheen. But I wouldn't use them. They're not Clearos, so don't even go that route mentally, thinking that you can compare them, because that's just not what they're about. But as a good starter set, I have no regrets. And as you can see, I've used the lid. You use the lid as the palette. Yeah, so let's move on to the acrylic paints then. So you'll be familiar with this probably if you've been around my channel since Christmas. I did get these as a Christmas present. So these are the Arteza Metallic Colours acrylics. I'll just take the lid off. I've done a full swatching of all of these, which is where I produced these cards on both white and black paper, if you was interested. They are super shiny. The one thing I found is I've used these in a colouring book since, and they are quite thick. So I think this is the difference. I've got other acrylic paints and they're a bit more fluid. So I think either when I use them next time, if I put them on the palette and just put a drop of water in them, or there's some stuff called Flow Aid, which I've never used, I might buy some, which also does the same thing. It kind of just loosens up your paint, and then it might go a bit easier in my colouring books. But yeah, I've not used these much because I haven't had them very long, but I have at least used them. The antique gold was lovely. I used it on the sun. So yeah, you get these in little trays. They're good sized tubes though. I anticipate these lasting me like ages, just ages. So yeah, I won't go into detail with these because I did do these as a swatching video, and you've seen them before. Here are some of my regular. You can see how I don't put things away in storage. I should find a nice tub for this. I'll have to eat some ice cream just so I can use the tub. So these are, I bought these when I was on holiday in the States, because I always hit up places like Walmart and the like, and I bought these ridiculously cheap. These are 12 colours, and I think I paid something like $5 for them, which is like £4. And these are just various colours of acrylic paint, and I use them for backgrounds mostly. I've used a few of them. Not all of them are open, though I do think some of them, I'm sure I've used white. I'm absolutely sure of it. But I think I've just not broken the seal. I think, you know, because you can unscrew the lid anyway, I think I've just taken it out of there. So while the seal is on, I have used some of them. But this is a great set. Let me just take them all out. If you're in the States, or if you go on vacation to the States, which obviously you can't at the moment, Apple Barrel is the brand, and this is a really good starter set. Let me just lay them all down and you can see the colours. So we've got some greens, sky blue, Caribbean blue, Laguna. These are the greens. Oh, that's a blue. We have pavement black, which is black, but it's not black. It's just like really, really sort of a grey black, white, nutmeg, and pink. So I love this set. I don't use it as much as I should because I don't think of using it. But yeah, I use these a lot for backgrounds mostly, and if you want to do the little splatter effect with paint, things like that. And this is a fabulous starter set if you're looking to get a whole bunch of paints for a good price. I'll have a look. They might be on Amazon. I don't know if they are, but if not, Folk Art or something like that. Or what's the other one? Deco Paint, Deco Art. That's it, something like that. They're on Amazon. I'll have a look and see if I can find an equivalent, because they are all sort of the same thing in these little bottles. Right, so again, these are things I bought when in Walmart at the same time as I bought that other set. So I bought myself some metallic paints, and these are the Folk Art. 3 of them are the Folk Art. No, all 4 are Folk Art. Keep fighting me, stop rolling. And these are antique gold, rose gold, and antique copper. I don't think I have used these. It's a lovely coppery colour. I particularly like the rose gold. I don't know if you can see that. It's almost like, it's like a chocolate milkshake. It's just got that, it is kind of brown, but it's got those pinky undertones. It's lovely. And then the other thing I've got is this Folk Art Extreme Glitter acrylic paint. Now, this is the champagne, which means it's got the multi-faceted glitter. And I made a boo-boo. I have used this. I made a boo-boo. For some reason, I didn't swatch it. I usually swatch everything, but I didn't swatch this for some reason. And I used it. And I don't know if you can see. Like, again, it's kind of off-white with glittery sheen in it. Little bits of glitter. Really, really fine. It's champagne, so it's lovely. But I assumed that the off-white would stay there. I thought it was like a, you know, I thought it was like an off-white with lots of glitter, a bit like that. It's not. It's more like a glitter glue, so that everything that was white just turns clear. Which obviously I did a bunny with it, thinking it was a white bunny. with glitter, and it wasn't. So he turned clear, and of course once it was down, I couldn't put any colour underneath. I was stuffed, so I was a bit annoyed about that. It is really nice. I've just not got to stop sulking about it yet. So every time I look at it, I'm like, but it is a lovely extreme glitter. I know there are some other ones that do come in different colour paints, and I think they might have, you know, it might be proper paint, but this is more of a, despite it being called paint, it does dry clear, and so it is a bit more like a glitter glue. Also stinks, but there you go. So these are my folk arts, which again I got in Walmart, so I'll have a look and see if they're on Amazon. So if you're in the UK though, these at least you'll be able to buy. I got these from Poundland, so they cost £1. Surprise, surprise. These are really good. They do these in a few colours. I've seen them in yellow. I've seen them in a really sort of bright blue. I think they might do a white as well. It's 120 ml of paint. So just comparison, this is a 59 millilitres. So it's a really big bottle. Well, it's a tube. Let me put that there. Really big tube of paint, and this one I've used lots, and I think I've still only used, it's still got all this, I think I've only used the top bit, and I've used this for so many black backgrounds. It's black, as I've just said, but it's more of that pavement black again. So if you compared it to a Posca pen, which I found out, I once outlined a picture using a black Posca pen, and so that I wouldn't go over the edge with the paintbrush, and I thought, oh yeah, you know, just like line, except you could see the line because the Posca pen is jet black and this is more of a pavement black. But if you're painting the whole thing with a brush, this is a fabulous paint for just doing black backgrounds, because it's so cheap and really good. So yeah, if you're in the UK and you've got a Poundland near you, check out the acrylic paints. And this is another one that they do there. I've not actually used this one, and it's not even in doubt. I've still got the little foil thing on it, sealing it. I bought this last year, and then I've just not used anything for it. And it's got some air bubbles in it, and needs a good shake. This is another metallic copper. It's a more, whereas the other one was a dark, sort of rusty, this is a bit more sort of warm copper. Yeah, I've not had the chance to use it yet. I really need to, because it's a lovely colour. Again, that cost £1. That's got 75 millilitres, and they did have some other, I think they had a gold, but it depends, because sometimes I go in Poundland. I have not been to Poundland for ages because of the, you know, the lockdown, but they do have different stock. So even if you look one time and you don't see like the black or the metallic paints, just go back, check regularly, and things go in and out. That's, look, sorry about that, little ambulance went past. Yeah, check that. That is the nature of budget shops, is that the stock is very fluid. So yeah, but look, it looks good. I can't say whether I recommend this or not, because I've not used it, but it looks good. Okay, so next we're going to be looking at this. So obviously it's not a paint, this is a foil art set. I confess I've used it once, I tested it out. Personally, I did get on with it, but I really want to get back and give it, because you can't, these things, I need to give it more than one chance. If I can't get it right the first time, and I'm trying something new, I don't know why I've not, you know, tried again. I need to try again. So this is a foil art set. I'll just open it up for you, if I can remember how to get in. But this is what it is. Basically, you get this pen, which is a glue pen inside of it. You write or colour in or whatever it is, and then you place the foil over the top and you peel it back, and it leaves foil on your page. And I think most people use it for cards. So I'll just get this. So this is the pen, the glue pen. Basically, it's just one of these ones with a little nib. So you can see it is quite a fine nib you can write with, and I mean, I can give it a go. So let's just do that. So as you can see, it is blue. This will dry clear, okay, and that's when can you see it's blue? When that dries clear, it turns into that sort of sticky gum. It's kind of like a glue dot. It turns into that tactile glue. So we'll just wait for that to dry and I'll show you what the foils are. Now this is super fine. It's hard to describe what this is. It's just like the finest of tin foils. It feels so thin and light, and I mean you can see where how, I don't know, it's probably best if I show it that way. If you see like here, like it's just where it's rubbed against itself really, you get little speckles. So it is very delicate, and I should be careful. But that's all right, because we're going to do a test. We'll do a test with that one when that's dry. It takes, I think they say you're supposed to leave it for like 5 minutes or something. But I'll show you. So that's the ones. But they do give you these. I won't open it up. That's got a bit of sticky tape on it. But it's like a sort of, I don't know if you can see, sort of a holographic blues. And this one again is like a bit like that champagne glitter paint. So this is like lots and lots of fine glitter. What else have we got? And these ones, can you see those? They all have a sort of well, those three have proper holographic effects. These are just plain foil, but these are like the 1, 2 and 3. They've got, are they in there? No. So these three have got like that proper hologram effect to it. That's just red and green. That's got a pink. That's got this blue pattern. That's, what's that? Oh, that's gold, and that's silver. So you can see I've only really tested these two. I tried the pink and the silver, and I tried them in a colouring book. And one thing as well that I didn't anticipate is, like the glitter glues, this stuff does leave a sort of a bump. So I didn't even think about that. You know, you don't. And so yeah, should we try it? I'm just going to give that a minute to dry. Right, so I've given it a minute or two to dry, and I don't know if you can see. It's here. It's this tiny little splodge. It's a bit rough because I stuck my finger in it before it was ready. So that's like a fingerprint. But this should be like a smooth thing if you're not being impatient like me. It does go clear, and it should be sticky, shiny and sticky. So let's just try it here. Now you are supposed to, I'm just going to use the end of the pen because this is a rounded edge. It's a bit like a Posca really. It's got that rounded edge, so I'm going to use that. But you can use, there are rollers, or you could just use your fingertip and things like that. But we'll just, this will probably mess up because I am rushing it still. And but if I don't know if you can see, but it has stuck here. I'll just rub over this, and then we'll peel it back. And you are supposed to peel it back quite fast. Yeah. So yeah, it did mess up a little bit, which is why I lost patience with it the first time. That's where my fingerprint was. You know, I said it was uneven. So if you can see that the rest of it though, it's proper foil. This is the one thing you need to worry about though, because I've not done it properly. That area that's not covered in foil is still sticky. We could try again, I suppose. But yeah, you're not supposed to peel it off slowly. You're supposed to peel it off, because if you peel it off slowly, then it stays on the foil. And the idea is you want to do it. So I'll just do it that way. Okay, so that's laid down more. You can see it's textured because of where it was, but yeah, it does give a super proper foil look. Just, you need patience for it, and I am not a woman known for my patience. So yeah, that's the foil set. I won't roll that up. That is all. That is all of my embellishments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found something interesting here, maybe something you're not familiar with. And yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anything that you've got of these that you like or would like to try. And of course, give me a thumbs up if you found this video useful, interesting, geeky. I don't know. Art supplies. We always get geeky over art supplies. I do. I'm wibbling. Hope you have a great day. Take care and see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.